There's some secrets we take to the grave and others we plaster online for laughs.
Whoa!
I say yes.
Jesus! I'm your host, Lily Dew. Let's air some dirty laundry. With me today are some Dropout superstars from inside and outside the D20 Dome. We've got a hard seltzer, Izzy Roland.
Hard.
A soft seltzer, Emily Axford.
So soft.
A tender seltzer, Danielle Radford.
Tender.
And a supple seltzer, Siobhan Thompson.
Supple.
How do you show supple?
They're doing it.
They're doing it. How well do you think you all know each other?
I would say it was easy to write questions except for Siobhan. Siobhan has my fucking number. And it's my fault for being like, I'd love to do an episode with Siobhan.
I know. How dare you share stories with your friends?
Y'all ready to drink your seltzers at 8 in the morning?
Yeah.
Here's how it works. I have a stack of secrets about our guests, and they have to guess who each secret belongs to. If it's their own, they should make accusations to try and throw people off their trail. But we could have thrown in a secret about me or our bartenders. Hey, Grant, what's today's special?
Lily, today's special is an algonquin.
Ooh, and who's drinking it?
I am, and me alone.
Okay.
You want to hear something fun?
Yeah.
I have not had breakfast.
Oh my goodness. All right, here's how scoring works. You get 1 point for every time you guess correctly.
Okay.
But if it's your own secret and you fool everyone, that's 3 points. Sound good?
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Swear I never lied to you.
First question. Who followed a man to the mountains?
Followed a man to the mountain.
Julie Andrews?
This sounds biblical.
Who's chaste? Which one amongst us is the most
Yeah.
chaste?
Oh, you don't think it's soft?
like a chaste thing?
That
Yes.
sounds like a CHASED.
Oh, chaste.
It doesn't say it's for sexual reasons.
I know.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming
To a
sexual
mountain.
reasons.
Would you say you're confident in a mountain range?
Oh no, this was made for the city.
You grew up in LA. There's a lot
There
of
are
mountains.
a lot of mountains around here.
Ranges of them.
You know, I'm having a hard time finding the way to explain that this is not me, but it really isn't.
Well, I'm sold.
I would not follow a man anywhere.
I grew up in
Wise.
Washington,
That's
which is
wise.
like Washington's mountainy.
That's true.
I think any one of us following a man into the mountains
Is funny.
for revenge.
Yes.
I will say, Lily, looking amazing as always, you do look like you're trying to explain to a cop what happened to your husband.
That
I'm vengeful.
So what? He was 80. I love that man.
Let's get our guesses in.
Okay.
Okay.
Who followed a man to the mountains? Izzy.
I'm going to say Danielle.
Okay. Emily.
Okay. I'm going to say Danielle also.
Danielle.
I'm gonna say Grant.
Oh, but it's the singular. If it was from Grant, it'd be like,
would be like,
I
I
followed
followed-
so many men to so many mountains.
I heard there was an orgy up a mountain and I went there.
Pepe Le Pew.
Siobhan, who's your guess?
I'm going to go Izzy. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
I almost said Izzy.
Fuck it. Well, the person who followed a man to the mountains, please take a sip of their drink.
It was! Yes! Damn it! That was my yes, dude! Yes! Come on, another week.
Oh yeah, dab it up.
I think you're drinking without it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's straight vodka with food coloring.
When I talked to Paul and he was like, there's points. It's not about like
It's not
winning.
about
no,
that.
Emily was
like,
so insistent. I don't
literally
care
was
about
like,
winning.
I actually don't even like winning. And apparently I do.
It just feels so good to get something right.
Okay, tell us the story.
I was working at the time as the assistant manager of selling video games
Okay.
at the same place as a guy that I was dating. And he went through like an existential crisis and was like,
Classic.
I'm going to move to Alaska to go find myself. And I was like, can I come too? So I quit my job. I pack up my very nice apartment that overlooked like the space, like the Fraser apartment, but like cheap.
Are you kidding me?
I left it all behind me.
Did you have a job in this weird town or were you just like hanging out?
We went and like worked at these like resorts in Denali National Park. When I say this is built for the city, I know because I tried. It was there would be like just bears would like come
my
into
God.
the lodge where we worked.
Did they tip well?
No, the bears did not tip, and that's something that the bear
so
community needs to deal with.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, there'd be like
Alaska
moose and things. I worked at the gift shop wearing like this prairie girl outfit.
That is next level.
Always following man and having an existential
Yeah, I was
crisis.
gonna say,
Even
there's
down.
nothing better than making a man's existential crisis yours too.
Hey, ladies, you can fix him.
You
can
fix it.
And you
can fix him.
And you could tell how badly he wanted me there because he took a job where he worked overnights and we only saw each other once a week.
Oh,
Danielle, I'm glad you got out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got forced out, pushed out. Who's to say?
That is a point too, Izzy and Emily.
Team up.
Wait, what?
This is
They're not allowed to do
a
that.
team.
We're
Okay,
We're a team.
they'll turn on each other soon enough. Next secret. Who almost killed their friend while attempting a stunt?
A
A
stunt.
Done.
Who's
Well,
stunty?
Who is a stunt queen?
I don't have any friends, so it's not me.
Everything on my phone. Izzy's from LA.
Izzy's from LA.
Izzy's
This
from
is what we
LA.
do
There are
here.
stuntmen.
And I don't think it's you, Siobhan.
It's not.
can I tell you why it's not Siobhan? My first year at College Humor, we were filming Bad Internet, and Siobhan had to pretend to shoot a gun. And I remember it 7 years later. It was like that.
Tell you?
Whoa.
Let's see the clip.
40 million subscribers. Logan Paul even tweeted about her after she died, of course.
Thank you.
When we did Mentopolis, we had a scene where we both pretended to shoot guns and neither one of us could.
Yeah.
So that's both of us are out for that.
Yeah.
No,
There are other types of stunt men.
you like wrestling.
You love wrestling.
I also don't have a back. I was
that's true.
hit by a bus. So
Yes.
stunned, I can barely.
But in your childhood, because I know
that's
Murph has a
true.
lot of stories about almost dying on trampolines from doing wrestling moves.
When they say do not try this at home, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna try it at home. Everybody up here is wearing, I just invited everyone to look at everyone's feet. I'm so sorry. Everyone up here is wearing very fancy shoes. I'm wearing the slip-on disability ones.
That's a beautifully made shoe.
I wanna say Izzy.
A little bit sporty.
I have played sports.
Look
You
at these
played a
shoes
sport?
for running.
I'm a running girl.
Clearly.
Grant, you do acting.
Yeah, Lily also. Lily was in some like FBI show for a hot second.
As a tech.
Yeah.
Computer.
Sometimes they
Wait,
make
you
the
were
tech
on an
computers do
FBI
things.
show?
Yeah, FBI by Dick Wolf. Being a tech
were?
computer, I held
Hot
a
nerd, hot nerd, hot
laptop.
nerd.
Emily, you haven't said anything.
Yeah, you're being real.
I think it would definitely be in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, the
I
only
can't-
reason
I
that
can't
don't
really,
think
like,
it's Emily
deflect.
is because I feel like you would have told me this story, so
What's
that
a
doesn't
stunt
track.
for you? What's
I don't know, roughhousing.
Horsing around.
Horsing
Horsing
around.
around.
everybody
around.
wrestle?
Getting views.
Yeah, everybody wrestle.
Let's get our guesses in. Who almost killed their friend while attempting a stunt? Siobhan.
I think I'm gonna say Emily. I don't think it's her, but I think it might be her. I'm bad at this game.
Danielle.
Okay, well, Team Solidarity, I'm going with Emily as well.
Okay.
Emily, who's your guess?
It's one of you.
Graham wants you to know that he's strong. Graham wants you to know that he's strong, even though
masculine.
there are
We're
no
a team.
visible muscles.
We're a team. Team Solidarity. I'm choosing Grant.
Izzy?
I'm going to say Siobhan.
All right. Will the person who almost killed their friend while attempting a stunt please take a sip of their drink?
Oh!
Let's
Strong! Strong! Siobhan's busting out of that strike feeler, sure.
Hulking out.
Tell us the story. What happened?
When I was younger, me and my friends used to be really fucking reckless and do a lot of crazy shit. And we had seen the movie Teen Wolf, in which someone is car surfing. So we were like, oh, you know how like sometimes at night, like after we've like been out changing church signs, we like to go do donuts in a parking lot. What if you were surfing on the car while I did the donuts?
What the fuck do you mean a church
Like a
sign?
movie theater marquee.
yeah.
You say like Jesus sucks dick.
No, it was much more polite. It was like God loves tits, you know.
That's very polite.
Okay.
He does love tits.
Decent.
More hetero.
If he didn't love him, why did he give him to
Yeah,
him?
if he didn't, well,
Why did he give
make
men
them
and women
so
such
beautiful?
huge
Okay.
tits?
So I'm doing donuts in the empty parking lot of probably the church that we just changed the sign for. You know, it's nighttime, so my headlights are on, and then all of a sudden there is a kneeling figure in my headlights. Jesus! And I brake as hard as I can, and my friend Carrie has fallen off, and I almost fucking ran her over. And then her knees were so fucked up.
Oh my God.
But of course, again, we're teenagers, and we're like, no one can know about this. So we went to a 24-hour Walmart bathroom and tried to clean up her knees, which looked like ground beef. And then the next day, her parents were like, we're taking you to the emergency room, and she got stitches.
Oh my God.
Did you get in trouble?
Honestly, like, our parents never found out how it happened. We were just like, oh, she fell so hard. But we
She
didn't
fell doing
mention
something regular, but we didn't tell you for no reason.
Was it just the two of you, or was it like a gang of kids?
Just the two of us.
That's crazier.
That is crazier.
That is what I'm saying, is this was so fucking crazy that we were doing this for no one but ourselves.
Kids in the parking lot of my high school would drive around with kids on top of the car all the time.
Have
Did
ever
you
seen-
guys have drugs? Because we did
Yeah.
drugs.
No, we had drugs too.
Okay, here's the problem.
These kids were on drugs.
I think here's the problem is, like, drinking wasn't easy when we were in high school, and I just don't really like weed. So this was
you got your
This is what you had to do.
Car surfing.
to feel.
Yeah. This is why helicopter parents exist. If it's 9 p.m. parents, where are your kids right now? Check the Apple AirTag. Is it going in a figure 8? They're doing donuts. They're doing donuts in a lot in a church. All right, that is points to Siobhan and Danielle.
Dang.
Next secret.
We're tied, Emily.
okay.
Who smuggled a pizza into their dorm?
Smuggled a pizza.
Who smuggled a pizza
Why
into
would you
their
have to
dorm?
smuggle a
Why
pizza?
would
It's a
college
pizza-free dorm.
is for pizza.
There was a thing at my dorm where they, a bunch of guys went round and stole all of the cheese from the fridges, and then just made a pile of cheese out in the quad.
Did they not have drugs?
On drugs.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
Okay. My college didn't have dorms. We all had to live in apartments like little adults.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I went to like an arts conservatory.
Juliad.
Cornish College of the Arts.
Cornish.
A school that no one here has heard of.
Oh, you mean the Juilliard of the West?
Of course.
I actually have a theory. Siobhan went to, like, prep schools. I wonder, do British people have another word for
Do
dorm?
British people have pizza?
It's houses. I would say a house.
So posh.
My college had a building called Titsworth.
That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
It still
Yeah,
does.
it
I think
And
that's
God
where
loves tits.
I think, and God loves tits. Jesus sucks dick. I think that's where the sex cult was. Or it might have been in
Sarah Lawrence
Sarah
sex
Lawrence
cult.
sex cult.
There's a documentary
doc.
about it.
Emily being very quiet. You ever
Again.
have a dorm?
Yeah. I mean, I can't fathom a reason I would
I know. Why would you have to smuggle
it
pizza?
in.
Was it a thing where like you just didn't want everybody else to like take the pizza? So you had to like hide it?
That's interesting.
That's very smart.
That's a strange
Because people
portrait
are
of a person.
disgusting.
I did do something called secret pizza.
Oh,
where
what is
at a
secret pizza?
party I would order pizza, but
So nobody else could have the pizza.
Yeah, I think this might be your story.
And it was called, and you called it secret
It's
pizza?
called secret pizza.
Let's get our guesses in. Who smuggled a pizza into their dorm? Emily, who do you think?
I'm gonna guess Siobhan just because of the British thing.
Pizza's so posh.
All right, Danielle.
Once again, I'm going to go with Grant just because I feel like Grant got really excited when we started talking about smuggling pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just like
I
dorms.
forgot.
I don't. Hang on, I didn't. I meant. I don't love the way it came out. I don't think. I meant. Elaborate. Look.
Izzy, who do you think smuggled a pizza into their dorm?
Filling up that big brain with oxygen. Weigh in on who you think
Bump it in.
Danielle. Siobhan, who do you think?
Ooh, I'm going to go Lily. You haven't said anything all day. You've been quiet. You've been a little church mouse.
Talk nonstop. I scream at the camera. People write, why is
You're
that
so
woman
shy.
screaming? Will the person who smuggled a pizza into their dorm please take a sip of their drink?
Yeah, dude, I knew it.
Wow. Oh.
Pick us up.
To
pizza. Have you heard of a little thing called boarding school?
Oh, right. there are other
Emily
dorms.
nailed
Other
you.
dorms.
So
Emily
much
absolutely nailed it.
Yeah.
The last 2 years of school in England are called sixth form. And it's like almost like college light. And I didn't want to go to the school that I was at, which was like a very fancy schmancy, mean Catholic school where you had to wear a suit during sixth form. And
Tie as well.
tie, yes.
Bow tie optional.
I think that the boys were allowed to wear bow ties on Fridays.
What is so sad is picturing a group of guys getting ready, being like, gents, it's Friday.
Finally, I can relax.
Yeah. I also fucking did not want to be living with my parents. I found this boarding school that was very like hippy dippy and you called the teachers by their first names and you could wear your own clothes. And what I didn't realize when I got there is like this was the school where all of the bad kids from every posh school in England got sent to after they got kicked out of their like fancy school for doing too many drugs. So we were in a dorm, but the doors were locked at midnight. But we would smoke weed and then get hungry. And we realized we could call the pizza delivery guy, tie all of our scarves together, put a big bag at the end of the scarves, put the money in the bag, lower it down.
Oh my God.
And we did this all the time. It was awesome.
That's so funny.
It's a mission in Pizza Bowl.
Exactly. Except for one time the pizza did drop and it was the worst night of my life. Oh, and the lower windows were all bolted as well. So we couldn't have like opened a lower window.
Jail.
Oh,
You went to
jail.
jail.
It was jail.
Jail.
It was jail. It was
Okay.
absolutely rich kid jail.
Wow.
That is 1 point to Emily.
Yeah, dude.
Next secret. Who swindled a skincare brand?
Oh, fun.
I'm going to say Izzy.
Well, Izzy's from LA.
Izzy's from LA.
And they have skin here.
Yeah, Izzy has skin. I can see it.
But I also just feel like you have some
think
con
I'm a
woman wits about you.
Wow.
Because I'm Jewish.
No.
Do you really think that's why I said that? Do you really think that's why I said that?
Yes.
Skincare brand makes me think pyramid scheme. Is there anyone who would have the inclination to dip their toe into it, be like, oh,
Like
maybe
a little
this
MLM
could be.
action?
There's some beautiful stuff in the Avalon catalog.
You're dressed immaculately. I could see you swindling it.
That is the
Again, yes,
MLM.
How do you swindle an entire brand?
A brand could be just one guy, we've learned. Everybody a brand.
You have
Everybody a brand.
Everybody a brand.
Everybody a brand. Let's get our guesses in. Who swindled a skincare brand? Danielle, who do you think?
I think it's Lily Dew. I'm going with Lily.
I'm also going Lily Dew.
I didn't even ask you.
I know, but I'm staying ahead. I'm getting ahead of it.
Yes, I'm also going to
I think it's Lily Dew.
Will the person who swindled a skincare brand please take a sip of their drink?
Is she teasing us?
And that's how you swindled them. Never would have guessed.
I knew it was you, but I was like, if it's Lily and everyone gets it and I am wrong, then my standing will fall.
But if nobody gets Izzy got 3 points.
Oh, dang.
There goes that team.
No, I'm a swindler.
right,
So,
okay.
you know, I will always get my money back. Even sometimes on products that I don't deserve to get my money back on. Sometimes I'm just like, wow, I've spent a little too much this month. I'm going to return this somehow. And
Sephora will just let you do that.
Sephora will just let you do that. But also, sometimes you can still keep the products. Most of the time with skincare. And there's no harm in just trying. So I emailed customer service and I said, hey, I want to return these products. This company was not buying it. They were like, what happened? What's wrong with the products? And which ones? And I was like, well, they gave me a really bad rash.
Was that true?
No. And they were like, do you have photos?
Oh my God.
I texted one of my best friends on earth and I was like, dude, I'm in a pickle. I was like,
Just stop emailing them.
I want my money. I was just venting to her. And then she went, stand by. And then within 10 minutes, I have a bunch of pictures of her that she took from years prior of a sunburn that she got on a vacation, a bad one. And I was like, they don't know what I look like. And so I sent them the pictures of my best friend's sunburn and said, this is me breaking out after using your product.
I really wonder if there was like a company-wide meeting that they're like, hey, scientists who developed this, code red. A couple of you are getting let go because there's been a huge breach.
What would you have done if they came back and were like, we checked the metadata and this doesn't match? This is from years ago.
I don't know.
I
probably would have called.
At that point, I would have been
As a
like,
lawyer.
sorry, who is this? My kid was using my cookie. What's been going on?
That is 3 points to Izzy Roland.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, that's it for round 1. We are going to take a quick break, but in the meantime, hey, Grant, what are we drinking?
Today's cocktail is an Algonquin, which is named for the Algonquin Hotel in New York City, the site of the famous Algonquin Round Table. That was a gathering of some of the smartest and sharpest literary minds of their day, and I'm just like, where was I? We're gonna start with 1.5 ounces of rye whiskey, and we're gonna go right into our shaker. Now, on paper, the Algonquin cocktail seems like a real stiff, sort of Manhattanish cocktail because it's got that rye whiskey and our next ingredient, which is 3/4 ounce of dry vermouth. But this actually has a lot more in common with a drink like a whiskey sour because of the most important ingredient, which is going to be 3/4 ounce of pineapple juice. When you make a whiskey sour, you put citrus and sweet together, and what is pineapple if not citrusy sweet? I'm gonna go ahead and ice this shaker. And this is another drink where you really want to shake it and incorporate some air because pineapple juice is one of those ingredients that really traps those little bubbles. So you get that great texture in your cup at the end. I'm going to double strain that into a Nick and Nora glass. I'm going to garnish that with a pick of pineapple and cherry. That is the Algonquin.
And we're back. Let's recap the scores. We have Siobhan with 1 point.
Dang.
Danielle with 1 point.
Dang.
Emily with 2 points. She knows. And Izzy with 4 points. She knows. And during the break, I noticed we've had a little drink upgrade.
Yeah. I felt bad for Grant.
I just a minute for the cherry.
Next secret. Who was in a fist fight that got heckled and booed?
Danielle.
Who was in a fist
Danielle. Emily has sharp knuckles. I feel like she could fight.
Yeah.
Sharp knuckles.
You get into Sophie bikes too a little too
Yes.
easily.
Who here's throwing fists?
I have never
never
been in a
thrown a
physical
fist.
fight. I simply
I mean,
Only a
this only
mental,
implicates me further,
emotional.
but I absolutely was like fight clubbing with my friend.
Is your fight club still running?
No, because
get a fight
the person, it was me and the girl who was on top of my car.
Just you
she
two?
is-
Just them two. Just them two again.
But she's no longer in the country because she became an anarchist and had to leave the country because
Hell
the
yeah.
FBI wanted
Hell,
her.
mother. So she's committed to that
she's living
lifestyle.
life.
She
It's
her
true.
number.
You see the paths converging, right? One gets into anarchy and the other gets into improv comedy.
To me, FBI. That's FBI. Ever thrown fists?
I had a degeneracy phase.
I love that.
Started smoking early, started drinking early.
Like the movie 13.
Yeah.
yeah, like the
guy.
movie 13.
I could see Grant too.
I'm thinking of Grant.
Yeah.
Heckled and booed, but certainly
Heckled
he's not
and
fighting
booed.
with his fist.
I'm the size of a person who, when someone needs help in a fight, I'm like, we need men. And I have to say, not me though, right?
All right, let's get our guesses in. Who was in a fist fight that got heckled and booed? Izzy.
Grant.
It's always a great backup. Siobhan.
Grant.
Danielle.
I'm going with Grant.
Ooh.
Emily.
I think I'm gonna go with Danielle.
All right. Will the person who was in a fist fight that got heckled and booed please take a sip of their drink?
He's a faker.
Yes! For the points!
I had it at the beginning and it changed.
There was this girl in my choir class in one of my many elementary schools. She just like kept needling at me. And so it was being instigated like, Danielle, you gotta go fuck her up. You gotta fuck her up. You gotta, much like with Grant, like when people are like, yeah, like you're the one who jumps in the fights. I have been like 5'8", 5'9", and like a C cup. I don't know why that matters. Since I was like 11.
That's two weapons right there.
Yeah.
Picture it.
Yeah, look, God loves tits. So
We learned one thing.
God loves tits.
God loves tits. So we get outside and we're like going after each other and we're like rounding each other. This crowd's like slowly forming, like fight.
It actually happens like that.
Yes.
Crazy.
World star.
That's for
Crazy.
sure.
World star. Everyone's going around like fight. But like neither one of us have like been in a fight, so we don't know what the first move in a fight is. So we're both just like going up and like, no, but you. No, you hit me first. No, but you.
Come on, what
no,
are you scared?
hit me first.
What are you scared? Because I am.
Yeah. And like the crowd is like closing in, so we couldn't even like get away if we wanted to. So then finally, like I went to go throw in a punch, and instead I just like grabbed her hair and was like,
Sort of caressed her face.
yeah. Like,
And then you kind of kissed.
well, and then so we're both just like sitting there like like just like fish hands.
Star.
Yeah.
World
And-
star.
And it starts like breaking up, and a couple of people were like, but like hit boo, like hit her, like do something. Later on, like that day, someone was like, did you hear about that fight that happened? So I was like, oh, you mean that like whack ass fight that happened in between classes? We all like left.
Yeah, I left early too. What did they?
Yeah, like oh yeah, like oh like who would want to?
That was
Like,
someone else.
Well,
Yeah.
what a
I
bunch of
guess.
bitches. Anyway, let me go to choir.
I'm going for the solo, which I was. I did have to. I think
Yeah.
it might have been a solo fight.
It was a fight over who got the solo in choir.
Shut the fuck up.
To be fair, she wasn't getting the solo.
Okay. Oh, all right. That is 1 point for Emily.
Damn. Danielle could have gotten 3 points.
So close.
All right, next secret. Who got yelled at by a real housewife?
Oh,
I wish me.
I don't know if I would recognize a real housewife
Yeah.
if she was yelling at me.
Izzy would.
That's
I
true.
would.
You are a
I
big
wish
housewife
this was me.
person.
I
You were
wish.
around.
Both Grant and Siobhan have done fancy dining.
I was
That's
just going to say
true.
that.
But I went to
Oh.
a restaurant where the housewives were banned
The
because they
only
would come in with cameras.
But don't you have to like reserve the rest? You have to like get a permit. Or
I always
something,
thought that, like, yeah, like that was like a. You
Well, they
booked
would
it.
also call the paparazzi for themselves.
Paparazzi.
And when you've got like real celebrities there, they're like, I'm not going to a restaurant if it has paparazzi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason is that I feel like if you had been yelled at by a real
I would
housewife,
talk about it every day.
That's true.
you would be so traumatized.
I don't know. I
By
think-
one of your
I feel like you
heroes
want to get
yelling
yelled at.
you.
There are
by
so
them, right?
many
That's like
Oh, that's
how
true.
to-
That's their love language.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would be jumped.
It'd be sad to
If they're
see
not
that
yelling at you,
happening
you did
again.
something
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah, you fucked up.
But there's so many franchises now. If you
Yeah.
get yelled at by a real housewife of Dubai, would you be as excited as if
No.
Dorinda yelled at you?
Never.
Also, I
I
kind of
would
feel
pay
like
Dorinda money to yell at me.
Izzy may be from LA, but like we all live in LA. I've been to a couple of Vanderpumpy restaurants.
Lily, have you worked in any
I was
fine
a
dining fancy?
Hostess at a
Uh-huh.
sushi restaurant
Ooh, hostesses get it.
Yeah, they
sometimes.
really
in
do.
Rockville, Maryland.
Well, is there
Real
a
Housewives of
Rockville.
Maryland.
There's Potomac.
There,
that is
when
true,
the Real
DLB.
Housewives of
But
Potomac
Potomac is new.
came out, Potomac is in the county where I'm from. I said, there are rich celebrities.
I'm sorry,
where
you're
I
from
live?"
Maryland?
Yes.
I never knew this.
You
in
couldn't
a
smell the
million
crabs?
years.
Where did you think you couldn't smell my crabs?
Paul said no.
I say yes. Grant says yes. So
And once again, I'm asking you to keep the footage. Insert of Sam's face. Insert of Sam's face. I asked for this all last season.
it's like I'm at Rehoboth Beach.
Brad Conlon, the editor, I see you.
New York? Who in New York hasn't been yelled at by Ramona Singer?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who
but
any of
it's
these
possible
people
that she
are.
has
Said
yelled
that
at
pretty
me.
fast.
I genuinely.
Yeah.
Dorinda, I would recognize.
All right, let's get our guesses in. Who got yelled at by a real housewife? Danielle, who do you think?
Izzy.
Emily, who do you think?
I'm gonna go.
It's not me.
well, that makes me think it's not you, but then that also makes me think that you're playing fucking 3D chess with me. I'm going for Grant.
Izzy?
Even though my gut is screaming Siobhan.
Okay. Izzy?
I'll say Siobhan. Our points are
Yeah, true.
My
Yeah,
points are your
both.
points.
Yeah, my
Okay,
points
this is
are
not
your
a team
points.
sport. Only one person will win a
Well,
prize
I
at the
think
end.
today
Is there a
it a
prize?
team
Point.
sport.
Friendship.
I think you can't split in half.
Oh wait, we
talking
don't get
about
a golden
points.
ear. I don't want it.
Siobhan, who do you
I'm
think?
also gonna go Grant.
All right. Will the person who got yelled at by a real housewife please take a sip of their drink?
No.
I
should have gone for
ABC
it.
Kitchen.
I
This
should've
actually
gone
is not an
for
ABC Kitchen. It's a much wilder story than that.
I'm seated.
So
You're already seated.
picture this. Hurricane Sandy has literally happened 2 days ago. I'm living in Sunnyside, Queens, so there's no way to get out of Sunnyside, Queens except for walking. I get a call from my commercial agent saying, congratulations, you have, without auditioning or anything else, been booked to go on The Apprentice to help them with a commercial challenge.
Shut
Wow. Complicit.
Yes, complicit.
So it's better.
So I walked for 2 hours from Sunnyside, Queens to Trump Tower
Oh my God.
during Hurricane Sandy. Got there thinking it
So
was just
it's
regular Apprentice.
2012?
Gary Busey bursts out of these doors
He's a real housewife.
and starts going acting. Acting is the art that we all do together.
Real Housewife
And
Tulsa.
suddenly, behind him is Penn Jillette, Stephen Baldwin, and Lisa Rinna.
That's amazing.
It is Celebrity Apprentice All-Stars.
All-Stars.
They tell us right before they come in, by the way, don't mention that Hurricane Sandy has just happened because we might need to cut around it. We haven't decided whether we're going to mention the fact that Hurricane Sandy has happened. For that team, 3 women and 1 man get picked. We get pulled into a room, cameras on us, immediately Lisa Rinna and all of these other people, but mostly Lisa Rinna, is yelling at us, do you have bikinis with you? Are you wearing bikinis? Can you get bikinis?
Are you
And-
wearing bikinis?
Yes. So all of us are like, I don't know how to say, I can't walk for 2 hours back to my apartment in Sunnyside, Queens
Well, maybe
to
she
get
was
the
like-
bikini that I own.
Maybe she was like, it's Hurricane Sandy. I know you swam here. Right? Like,
So
where
you're
are
wearing
you?
a
like a beautiful moment
Where's
of
your
community walking
commuter
across the
bikini?
Queensboro Bridge with everybody else who also had to fucking go to work. So we got taken backstage at Trump Tower, which, by the way, fully feels like a serial killer's den. And as we were filling in paperwork, the PAs came back and were like, they decided to just go with the guy. We're letting all of the girls go.
They made the PAs do it?
Yes.
Oh.
So I never got to meet he who shall not be named. And
at the time,
and I got paid.
you really wanted to, right?
And I really wanted. I was a
Big
huge
fan.
fan.
Very
Big fan.
Busey, yeah.
But now, right now,
Real
this week,
Housewife.
I've decided maybe not as great as I really thought he was going to lower egg prices.
All right, 1 point to Izzy. Next secret. Who dressed in 80s gear to impress an a cappella group?
Danielle Radford.
Oh,
Yeah, right?
I revealed too much about myself.
Who needs to impress? Yeah.
I was 100% in multiple a cappella groups, but this was not me.
At Cornish College of the Arts?
Not at Cornish, just a
West?
The Pacific Northwest?
just a theater major at those, but I was in many show choirs, as we called them, and you would like dress
got
up,
it.
do a cappella for like old people.
I'll admit that in college, I had not seen much of the world. I thought nothing was sexier than a man in an a cappella group.
Damn.
That really
man?
explains
So
how you wound
vulnerable.
up here.
That's so true.
It's
This is
giving big
absolutely your
acapella
type. The
energy.
type of man who
college
would be in an
boyfriend listened
a
and all
cappella
male
group.
Grant, you have a good voice, right?
He does
Thank
have a
you. Yes, I
beautiful
do.
voice.
Give us 16 bars.
And a bass.
Okay.
Give us Judas.
Oh, my pleasure.
My
My mind is clear now. At last, all too well, I can see. We can't get the rights beyond that.
Musical theater, Housewives. I don't know it.
Is it a thing where like the a cappella group is dressed in 80s style? So you're like, I'm like their biggest fan, so I'm gonna like dress like them and like hold up the sign.
And like sit in the front row.
and and like make eyes at the hot one.
Is it?
Because you know every a cappella group's got the hot
Danielle,
one.
you're
right?
describing
hot
too
one.
specific a situation. I really think it's you.
They only get one.
They only get
feel
one.
like it's in line with all the stories you've told so far.
Would you have submitted 2 choir-based stories though? I mean, it's possible. How
possible.
many
I have
stories are
I
choir?
have a lot of choir-based.
You live a choir-based life.
I'm jealous, honestly. I miss being in a choir. It's really
Who's
soothing.
changing their whole appearance to impress the group?
Okay, I do see why this would be. Yeah.
I mean, always. What? I don't care what I look like. I want to get laid. So I will dress however.
By
the whole group?
acapella group?
Yeah, by a whole
He
group.
loves
Yes, please.
doors.
Yes, I would like
that is
that.
From the
exactly it.
Sopranos all the way down to second base.
Last time he was like,
Second
yes,
base is second
it's me,
base.
it's me. It was a
wasn't
ruse
him.
that I fell for.
I was
But
doing the trick last
now-
time, but this time it is me.
I want to say I'm really flattered that nobody thinks it's me.
I think it's you.
It's not.
All right, let's get our guesses in. Who dressed in 80s gear to impress an a cappella group? Emily, who do you think?
I am going to guess that Grant saw the game he played with me last time and is subverting the game he played with me this time.
40 chess.
And I'm going to guess Grant.
Grant,
not
a
me.
genius, not an
Say it
alcoholic.
again.
60 chess. What the
All
fuck?
right, Danielle.
Just because she's been so quiet, I'm gonna go with Izzy on this.
Siobhan's been even more quiet.
She's
We
British.
don't have a cappella in
Oh, we
England.
didn't
That's
even
not a scene. We
acapella.
have madrigal choirs, which is worse somehow than a cappella.
Izzy,
Danielle.
Looking right at me.
Siobhan.
It's got to be Danielle. It's got to be simply
Well,
got
at
to be
least
Danielle.
we spread it out.
Yeah.
Before this episode, people thought I was very cool. I just want to make sure that you all.
Let's find out. Will the person who dressed in 80s gear to impress an a cappella group please take a sip of their drink?
When I was, wasn't me.
Oh.
60 chess. 60 chess.
The dimensions keep increasing.
Okay,
Wow,
so I guess
we
the
didn't
story
even
is...
we didn't even
Didn't
consider
even-
how
I
I
know.
was not giving
Sniff it
off
out.
color
I know,
energy.
but
Or
and here
80s.
is why. The reason I did it was because basically like first week of college, I was like, I'm gonna let the world tell me who I am. So I auditioned for everything. And one of those auditions was for an a cappella group. And in my fucking idiot brain, I was like, I'm gonna do something really funny. That's what a cappella groups are looking for.
In a way.
So my mom used to be an aerobics teacher in the 80s, and I was definitely the person who came to college with like funny clothing.
Oh, no.
Also, I was remembering too when I was thinking about this because I was thinking back to my first week of college. The shirt that I wore for my first day of school, it was just a white shirt that I wrote, "I want to be your friend," in dry erase marker on it, which was like a joke, but also not.
That's like the non-touching
I
version
wish
of free
we had a
hugs.
But I met one of my best friends, and she's still one of my best friends
works.
to
It
this
works.
day.
And that's called the secret.
No, different best friend.
And that's
different best
manifestation.
friend.
Put it on a shirt.
Yes.
I think I wore like
Wow.
an antique 80s leotard, and I think I had sweatbands. The song I sang to audition was Olivia Newton-John's "Let's Get Physical."
It was. Yeah, it was.
And I believe that, like, at the expense of the singing, I danced. I got the laughter that I thought meant I'm in the group.
You want the laughter at the
As
singing
I
audition.
fully did not understand how self-serious a cappella groups are.
Do you remember the dance you did?
I know I would have definitely done one of these.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's like very
touch.
80s.
Yeah.
So you ended up on the improv group.
And literally the very same week, I also auditioned for an improv group, and that ended up being the right way to do it. Yeah.
And you did the same audition.
I could have.
That is 3 points to Emily. All right, next secret. Who inserted a menstrual cup at the dog park? Who
has a
inserted a menstrual
dog? Do
cup
you have a
at the
dog?
dog park? I have a dog.
You do have a dog.
Do you have a dog?
It is
No, I
a
have
1,000% no.
It's absolutely Lily.
Lily?
This is the most
It
Lily
is
Yeah.
the most
I've ever had.
Lily.
Nobody else here has a dog. Nobody else loves talking about menstrual cups. We don't even need to talk about it. It's Lily.
It's Lily. I think
People
it's
have
Lily.
never
Absolutely
dog
Lily.
sat or watched a friend's dog.
No, because it's you.
I think the dog park, when you're a dog sitter,
Yeah.
it doesn't even occur to you to go to the dog
Yeah.
park because walking a dog is just already so
I did in
novel.
New York when I was a dog walker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess because
See,
you
a
don't have
good
anywhere
dog
else
walker.
How was that experience?
Bad.
Really?
This is
Yeah.
your 6 weeks
Did
of
the
living in New
dogs
York
like
where you
you?
decided to turn around and come right back.
What did I do to you?
I'm sorry. I thought this was a storytelling show. I'm sorry.
Izzy's from LA.
She's from LA.
Menstrual cup, are we not all using the environmentally
I'm
friendly
a
way to
menstrual
have
cup
periods?
girly, but
I'm
I
not.
don't have a dog.
I'm simply not going on the internet and saying what I use.
This is not your first time at this rodeo.
Absolutely.
After working on the internet for
You think I'm telling you about what I use?
And I do give away that information for free, but if you do something perverted with it, I will
make a
come for
burner.
you.
It's true.
I will come for you. I'll come for your whole family.
Yeah, Lily's crazy.
She
So
really
let's be
will.
clear about
Lily's
that.
crazy.
She really will.
Grant's
problem.
been kind of quiet during this one.
I'm pooping into a menstrual cup.
It doesn't say if they inserted them in themselves.
Yeah, do
They could've
dogs use
inserted-
menstrual cups?
Oh,
They might.
They do
They
have,
might.
have periods.
let's get our guesses in.
Okay.
Who inserted a menstrual cup at the dog park? Emily, who do you think?
Okay, I'm gonna say.
Are you about to vote me?
Whoa.
Of course not, hun. Lily.
Breaking the alliance.
Danielle.
Lily,
Wait,
I
so-
gotta
Izzy.
go with her.
Lily.
Do you feel good about that? Siobhan?
It's Lily. It's Lily.
Well, that's 1 point to everyone.
I really thought it was you and you were gonna get away with it.
You started blushing during that exchange, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yes, right?
It is so easy to just change a tampon, change a menstrual cup, to do whatever you need to do. If you just kind of tie a shirt around your waist and kind of screw it in the front, and you just kind of hang out.
What
Like,
what?
But you also got
Wait,
dog all over your
yeah.
head.
What are you saying?
so I hate
What?
cut
You
my
got dog all over your head.
This
I
wasn't
don't-
dog
sticking
all
it
over
up
my
there?
hand.
This isn't happening in a bathroom.
Sticking it up there?
No, it's
At a
happening in a
dog
dog
park.
park.
There isn't a sort of public bathroom.
No.
Okay, I have a question.
This is in the open.
Yes.
Izzy's scandalized.
It is the
Have you
fact.
been to a dog park?
Have you met Lily?
I thought it was like a park.
Here's what's crazy to me is I hear so much drama about people getting into fights with each other over dog parks, and no one was like, "Hey, that girl's fingering herself."
That girl's fingering herself to menstrual completion in the corner.
That girl is dripping over
no,
there.
here's my thing.
All the dogs just come over.
In
What's
high
going on over
school,
here?
one time I had my period, like threw my pants onto the bus seat, and I
classic.
was
Yeah.
so horrified. I
Yeah,
said, I will
that's tough.
never let it wait ever again. This is back when I lived in New York before my dog got too aggressive. She cannot go to any dog park, and
Probably because it smells like blood.
because I'm chumming the dirt.
Mommy's injured here. I don't like it.
And when I know my period is coming, I have the menstrual cup on me. I am ready to
That's
insert
so
it
smart.
at any moment. I'm
I'm
not
impressed by
trying to
that.
drip on
Okay,
a
so
subway
you
seat
weren't
on a
like
bench.
changing out.
No, I wasn't doing that.
going
fresh.
in
I'm
fresh.
really impressed by
was
that.
at the dog park
forethought.
and I felt it. The way that you can, if you're
yes.
really
Oh,
into
yeah. It's a
your
real
body, you
moment.
can
It
go.
hits you. Were you wearing a skirt?
No, I
You
was probably
certainly
wearing
weren't
pants.
wearing skinny
pants?
jeans.
Okay, that's
No.
like
You were-
expert level.
I
if you're wearing
think
pants.
This is crazy.
I was probably wearing pants.
But you had your like Scarlett O'Hara, I will never
imagine
bleed this
this.
blood again moment, and was
I
like,
just
no,
put
like
in a
I'm
menstrual
doing
cup
this.
and nobody noticed. I just put in a menstrual cup and nobody.
But it looked weird.
The thing that's blowing my mind is picturing going to New York and seeing like being in a deli and seeing one of those like security cam footage of you being like dog
leg it.
pervert on the lead.
Anything can happen in New York.
All right, that is points for everyone. Next secret: who got sick thanks to Shakespeare?
That feels so Siobhan.
It really, here's the thing. I would not have submitted anything like this
Yeah,
because I would
yeah,
I would have been like,
right?
well, everybody's going to know it's me.
I was a Jacobin fan.
Oh,
And that's funny.
okay.
That's funny.
That's funny.
That could be a
That's
Grant,
funny.
That could be a Siobhan. Thanks to
Thanks,
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
I was
Thanks,
very into
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare in college.
I actually was very into Shakespeare in high school.
Wow. I guess you're just more mature than Izzy.
I was into Shakespeare when I was a baby.
Yeah, my mom read it to me in the womb, and I read it back to her in the womb. Wow. She just was in a dog park and shut into the sonnets.
I want to hear your voice.
Danielle Shakespeare face.
How do you get
Oh yeah,
sick
total
thanks-
Shakespeare face.
How do you get sick thanks to Shakespeare?
How indeed?
Power of the bard. My thought was like, oh, they were in a Shakespeare play, and the theater world is so incestual, and so like they're all just smooching
They get
and passing
syphilis.
around. Well, I was thinking maybe
The
just
clap?
the common cold.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Have my eyes on you.
I'm classically trained. I have a lot of Shakespeare.
Okay, give us a monologue.
Give us some.
monologue.
Give
Give
us
us
your
your
classic.
My mind is clearer now. That's funny.
Sing.
That's funny.
He just wants to sing. All right, let's get to guesses. Who got sick thanks to Shakespeare? Siobhan, who do you think?
I'm once again foolishly going to say Grant.
Thanks to
I
Shakespeare.
believe one day it'll be true.
It will.
Izzy, who do you
Shakespeare
think?
orgy. You know what, Emily?
Okay.
Emily,
Wow.
who do you think?
Since the alliance has been violated, I'm gonna say Izzy.
Whoa. Oh my
No,
God,
I
they're
changed my
fighting.
vote.
The girls
Danielle,
are fighting.
I changed my
vote.
Oh no. I'm going with Izzy.
Did you want to change your vote?
Well, only if you do.
Yeah, sure. I'll change my vote.
Okay.
I'll change it to Siobhan.
What the fuck?
I'll change it to Danielle.
Wow.
This is crazy.
Well, the person
Now
who got
no one
sick
gets
thanks to
to
Shakespeare, please take a sip of their drink. Yeah, but Danielle still gets you. So.
I counts for both of us. Hey, yeah. Hey, let's go.
Just to make sure.
I got mono and herpes at the same time. I had to go to the hospital.
Tell the story from the beginning.
From 2 different Shakespeare groups.
Oh,
No,
boy.
come on now.
Now this is, 2012 to 2016. Okay, so there was back then there was only a female Shakespeare group and a male Shakespeare group. Okay,
Every, like, was
on
it
Down
right?
Sarah Lawrence College campus. Okay, and I was in the ladies Shakespeare group called Ladies Naked Shakespeare, and then there was a men's Shakespeare group called Men's Naked Shakespeare.
Okay. Were you naked or was it just called that?
It was just called that.
Oh, that is misleading.
Yeah, did
that's
people show
really
up?
Grant would have been
misleading.
disappointed.
No,
he drove all the way to Sarah
everyone knew.
Lawrence.
Tearing up the
It was
programs.
like bare bones.
Sure.
It was my senior year of college, and we were doing Romeo and Juliet, and I was.
The nurse.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Why is that a bad thing? I was the nurse.
I was Romeo. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, Sarah
Okay.
Lawrence.
The part I was
Sarah Lawrence,
born
Sarah
to
Lawrence.
play, not the nurse. I was Romeo, and had to kiss Juliet a lot, and she had cold sores and did not tell me.
You have to disclose.
You
have to disclose.
Did she know they were cold sores?
She, I think, was reckless.
Okay.
Yes, so I got oral herpes, and I think 9 out of 10 people is probably the statistic of people that have it.
It's fine.
Okay,
Fine.
it's
Fine.
fine.
I get cold
Nothing.
sores.
There's
It's
a whole
fine.
Adam Bones
Fine.
Everything
It's
episode
fine.
about it.
There you go. And then I also was hooking up with Polonius on the Men's Naked Shakespeare team.
Double dipping.
Okay, but Polonius.
Polonius, definitely everybody can agree, the sexiest character.
The
in
hottest
Hamlet.
character in Hamlet, obviously.
The cucked second husband.
Yes. And I don't know, somehow in there I got mono. I was in the ER.
Oh my
Mono's
god.
bad.
Mono herpes will also affect your immune system.
Especially
Yes,
the first
the first
time you
time
get
you get
it,
it,
it was
yeah.
really bad. I'm
a virus.
now newly hooking up with this guy. I have a fucking open sore in my mouth. We're days away from the performance.
And the guy
Did you
said
disclose? Did you disclose?
Yes.
Okay,
well, you
okay.
can't. Like I was like at that point, it was like open.
Did you still play Romeo?
Oh yeah.
And
oh
now
yeah.
you guys can kiss because you can just pass it back and forth.
Oh yeah. And she knew what she did. Yeah.
Did it affect the performance at all? Sometimes
No,
when
I
you were
absolutely.
Like,
Well, I was looking
"Wherefore
quite
art
gaunt.
thou, Juliet?"
I lost quite a bit of weight.
Mono will do that, yeah.
Well, that is 1 point to Danielle. Keeping Izzy from getting
You gotta
3
respect
points.
it. Gotta respect it.
I thought she
Yeah.
would have gotten away with it too. It's closing time. Let's recap our scores. We have Siobhan with 2 points.
Boo.
No.
Danielle with 3 points. Wow. Izzy with 6 points.
Whoa.
And Emily with 7 points, meaning today's winner is Emily! Grant, tell her what she's won.
Lily, Emily will be winning a dirty laundry apron.
Okay. All right, that's it for Dirty Laundry. I've been your host, Lily Dew, and here's hoping you become a regular. Bye.
My mind is clear now. Hello.
We aren't the only ones with wild stories. This one comes to us from a viewer named Eliza. She writes, when I was in college, my girlfriend and I lived on the same floor, and we would usually shower at the same time, always in the same 2 adjacent stalls. One day she texted me saying someone was in her usual stall and that she was going to wait it out. No big deal. I waited about 20 minutes, and then on the way to the bathroom, I checked her room, which was empty. And then in the bathroom, I saw her stall was occupied, so I set up my things. As I bent down, I saw her step out of the shower under the divider. I reached out and poked her ankle. She walked off, and I had a perfectly normal shower. After I was done, I walked over to my girlfriend's room, and I bet you know where this is going. I found her sitting on her bed, completely clothed and dry. I had poked the ankle of a complete stranger.